Across the country, there are billions of dollars of returns. What many don't realize is that these returns can be purchased for pennies on the dollar. Yes, sometimes the stuff you get is complete crap.
Oh, this is crap.
But other times it's like striking oil.
Can I order a private jet?
And while us resellers are out here bidding on the deal of a lifetime, we must sometimes step back and understand that resale and liquidation is all the numbers game.
One of the things I want to talk about today is the rat race when it comes to resale and I guess the integrity of being a reseller, the integrity you need to have. You know, sometimes I kind of get into my head and I feel like I gotta get the biggest and the best pallet, or I've got to get the biggest lot, or I've got to get the next biggest thing, or I need to find that pallet that I paid $200 for, but I get $3,000 for it. And just in general, that's not the reality of resale. Whenever you are purchasing liquidation pallets, you're trying to do pallet flipping. It's not as easy just to go out and purchase a big, huge liquidation pallet and pay $200 or $300 for it. This is not the reality of the situation. So what spurred me to make this video was my local liquidation place that I go to, my pallet store that I go to. I've recently not been shopping there for one reason. And the reason is there is a person that comes into that store, and I call them the vulture.
You're witnessing the sight of a rare vulture. This vulture is a person that comes in and steals all of the pallets off of the pallet floor. Beware.
So this guy, he comes in and he has no remorse for anybody else. He has no feelings for anybody else. He doesn't care if anybody else get any pallets. He walks in and he says, I want all these pallets. He get every one of them. He purchases all of them. Don't even look at them. Don't know what they are. He buys every single one of them. And it upsets me.
It's upsetting me in my home, girl.
Because when I'm going and I'm trying to source pallets and I'm trying to get the most bang for my buck. A lot of times, we just order from online. We order pallets online, and ordering pallets online is not as cost effective, or it's not as profitable as if you can find them locally. So we haven't been going to that place because that guy goes up there every week and he purchases all their pallets, and they get in about I think on Wednesdays they get in like half a truckload, and then they get so many pallets in on Thursday and Friday. And he literally comes in and he purchases all of them. And I haven't said anything to the owner yet. The owner is a really cool guy. I've talked to him a bunch of times. The last time I was there and that guy did that, I didn't really say anything because it's just kind of like, if we can get a pallet today, that's great. If we can't, it's not that big a deal. But in terms of our business model, me and April's business model, we need to get at least one pallet in every week. That's just how it goes. So normally we end up having to purchase one online, and that's not necessarily a big deal. It's just, one of the things that we have to do within our business. But I would like to be able to go down there and just pick up a pallet and get it in. So I'm thinking next time I go in there, I'm gonna talk to the guy and just kind of see if he can, and I understand from their perspective, their business is to sell pallets. Our business is to buy pallets. And he can't tell the other guy that he can't buy pallets. I just kind of wish they had some sort of period where everybody can kind of look at the pallets first, maybe 10 to 15 minutes after they unload the truck. I believe somebody put a comment in one of my videos and they asked if we had a problem with everybody rushing in, trying to fight over the pallets when they first happened. And we do. We whenever the truck comes in at 9 a.m., the guy comes in, he unloads the truck, and as soon as he unloads the truck, it's like 7 or 8 people. It's the same people. It's us, and it's 6 other people that are in there buying all the pallets. Just the way that I am, my integrity as a person, my integrity as a reseller, I don't ever want to take out of anybody else's pocket. And if that guy is that needy of pallets, then I'm gonna let him have it. It's not that big a deal for me. I would be remiss if I didn't say that it bothered me a little bit that the guy actually acts that way. But anyway, let me know in the comment section below if you all have that issue with the pallet place, if you go to a pallet place, if you have an issue with these vultures coming in and, you know, scouring over everything, trying to look like little ants on a on a piece of cheese. So next thing I want to talk about is whenever you are sourcing pallets, you're not going to always get like the best deal. You really have to take chances. And a lot of times what me and April do is we'll look at how much we're going to lose by purchasing this pallet. So recently we got this 88 lots. We didn't know if it was going to be good stuff, bad stuff, whatever it was, but we knew that it was under $300. And if we lost it, it's not going to, you know, end our business. So you really have to look at your personal situation and see exactly how you manage your pallets, but you may not necessarily have the monetary flow to lose $300 within your business, especially with COVID going on, and there's so many businesses shut down and there's not as many returns, so there's not as many pallets flowing through, or there's pallets flowing through, but they're like kind of the same thing flowing through. So you really have to look at your business and see how that process works. I also want to talk about, somebody left a really good comment on the video the day before yesterday, and they asked about pricing things locally, and it kind of really got my mind thinking of the mindset of a reseller, especially somebody that doesn't resell a lot, or that they're new to reselling. They really don't know the profitability aspect of it. You know, a lot of times we get stuck into the mentality that we want to make as much money as possible. And I understand this is a business. You have to make money. You have to be profitable. Understand that. But hear me out. So if you are a person that is purchasing liquidation pallets and you're new, and you purchase a pallet for $200, we'll do easy numbers. You purchase a pallet for $200 and it's got enough items on there to where you only paid $5 per item. So now you're in, for each item that's inside the pallet, you're in for $5. So let's just say you find a pair of Apple AirPods in there, which is very rare, but it happens. We had one, it had Apple AirPods in it. It was manifested, so we knew they were in there. It was a light new pallet. Actually, it was a new pallet, so they should have been new, and they were. But so let's just say you purchase this pallet, you get the AirPods that's in there, and you paid $5 for them within that pallet. And let's just say there's other items in there that you probably will make your $200 back for that item. So you go online and you look at the comps for Apple AirPods, and it's about $230. So you're thinking, I need to make at least $200 on these. I'm not gonna take $1 less than $200 for these. You put them online and they sit there for weeks and weeks and weeks. And you don't understand why nobody is purchasing it, but you're upset because you feel like people should pay the $200 for those AirPods, when in reality, you really only need to make $25 on those AirPods to be profitable, or $10 really to double your money if you think about it in that way. So I said all that to say that you don't necessarily always have to look at the price of the item or how much you've researched the item for. You really have to look at a couple things, your local market. If you can sell those AirPods locally for $100, you shouldn't have a problem with that. You literally have made what, 200? No, not 200%. You made a bunch of extra percent, 2,000%, I think is how much it is. 2,000% of your money back on that item, because now you've sold them for, that ain't right. I can't do math. You know what I'm talking about. You made a lot of extra percent of what you actually purchased that item for. So, you know, if you paid $5 for something and you sold it for $100, that's a good day. That's not a bad day. But a lot of people, especially if they are new resellers, they think about the value of the item versus the profitability of the liquidation pallet. And you have to have realistic looks at how you're going to be profitable with your liquidation pallet. Now, if you look at that pallet and you've made, you paid $200 for it, you've already made $500 on that pallet, and you still got those AirPods, you need to be selling those things for $150, $100, dropping it down to $75 until they get sold. You don't really have to sit on them that long, even though AirPods is a kind of not a good example because those are going to sell pretty quick because it's Apple. But you know, we've had a bunch of stuff where we had stuff and we set on it because we thought we were supposed to get a certain amount for it, and then we look at the pallet and we're like, we've literally made $1,000 on this pallet profit. So why are we trying to hold on to these items and sell them for as close to retail? I don't care if they're new or if they're used or if they're, you know, whatever condition that they are. It doesn't matter because you've already been profitable on that pallet. Now, if you have a big old huge warehouse and you're able to, you know, keep these items for an extended period of time, it's not a big deal. You go ahead and you make those, you hold on to it until somebody purchases, because somebody will eventually purchase those items. But anyway, I said all that to say that whenever you're doing liquidation, you have to have really explicit expectations for what you are going to make on a pallet. You do need to stand firm in your prices when you are trying to sell locally. However, whenever you make those prices, just build in some fluff room where you can lower the prices. Not like, I have to make $70 on this item. You know, I would like to make $70 on this item. I really don't need to make 20. So meeting somewhere in the middle, it's not that big a deal. And I think it really will cause you a lot less stress whenever you're looking at pricing your items and getting rid of your items whenever you're doing pallet flipping. So that is all for today. I did like a different style video. I actually shot this video twice because it didn't have audio. Just a little fun behind the scenes fact. But I'm gonna do some more of these, just sit down, talk videos, me and April. I think these are a little more intimate and we can kind of get a lot more information out when we just kind of sit down and talk about it. So look forward to that. And we do have some more unboxings coming up. These last 4 888 lot boxes, they really like sucked the life out of me. So I'm gonna have to take a couple days off from doing unboxing videos, but we will have them. You'll have a bunch of those coming out here soon, and they're going to kind of be staggered. We're also going to be working on a collab video that I'm super excited about. So hopefully that's going to be coming out not next week, but the week after next. So y'all want to check that out. And I appreciate you guys for watching. If you like these types of videos, please like, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Also hit that bell icon so you get notifications whenever we release new videos. I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.